friends, family, neighbors, brothers, sisters, welcome, greetings. I am at home today. I plan to get out to Snow Canyon, which I still will very soon. I may actually do, me and Addie might do a little workout tip out there today, later, or tomorrow. But since I am home and I just finished a plyometric workout myself, I thought, you know what, I'm here, I've got the mat out, I'm gonna get some good stretches in for my people. So what I have in mind today is there's 4 stretches, there's 4 yoga poses that I want to focus on today. One of them we've already done. So one of them you will be familiar with, the other 3 are new to us. Now what I hope that these will do is just kind of encourage everybody to start somewhere. So this is your starting point, and those of you who do suffer with chronic pain, this is a perfect place for you guys to keep mulling over, allowing your body to get more in tune with movement and allowing everything to kind of wake up a little bit more. For those of you who probably get through a lot of this stuff very easily, if you are struggling from depression and you're just feeling unmotivated, if you've just had some kind of surgery done, you're kind of rehabbing yourself into working back into things, if you've just had a baby, a lot of these things just help to move you into the next stage. So I hope that you'll be open to it. So today, my focus is on our emotional health. So these 4 poses focus on an emotional part of our well-being. Now, to me, emotions and movement are super, super closely related. We cannot feel good without the other. It's proven that our emotional energy, our emotional health is so much stronger when we are moving. Now that doesn't require you to be doing huge amounts of crazy exercise. What it requires is that you are moving your joints. You're getting juice in the joints. You're moving the body. You're allowing the joints to get some warmth in there. And some of us, that's all we can do. Okay? So let's embrace some compassion, and let's move into some poses today. So to start out, let's just start in ease pose. We'll do some pranayama. We'll do some breathing. I'm going to sit up on my block today, take some pressure off of my back, and have a nice long neutral spine. We open those knees. Again, remember we've got active legs. So these inner thighs, nice and strong. And we're pulling the knees down to the ground. Okay? Belly button is into the lower back. We can have our hands down or open to receive. Palms to ground. Let's let our shoulders come down. Nice long neck, long spine. Let's find one word today. And I want that word of intention to be something that connects with an emotion that you're feeling, that you want to encourage. It could be courage, it could be trust, faith, hope, peace. And I want you to pick that word, and I want you to take a nice big inhale here from the belly. Let it ride up into the chest, open the chest, and exhale. Pulling that belly button to the lower back. Another nice inhale. And exhale. Perfect. This time let's use our arms. We're going to inhale with the arms. Bringing the arms up to prayer above the head. Exhale. We're going to interlace at that heart. Interlace the fingers over the heart, feeling the heartbeat. Connecting with heart, connecting with self. Taking a nice deep breath in here. And on the exhale, we're finding that curve in the spine. Stay right where you are. Now you can stay up on your block, or you can take that block out from underneath you if you're on it. I'm staying on today, but we're going to find that nice rounding of the spine. So the scoop in the belly button comes to the lower back, nice long arms, long neck. Take a deep breath in and come up. And I want your gaze to just be forward right here. Let's find movement. You can move your head a little bit. Breathing up and in. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's breathe in one more time. Inhale. Prayer hands. Exhale. Interlace the fingers. Hands at the heart. Feeling that heartbeat. A nice inhale here. Exhale. Really finding that space through the spine, the whole spine right here, just spacing out the vertebrae. Breathing in. Nice and long, shoulders are down. That's the tricky part for me too. Finding movement, pulling that belly button into the lower back, breathing up and in, and exhale. Awesome, rolling shoulders twice, forward twice. I'm facing you. I'm going to take my block out here for a second, and I want you to just take that right ear to the right shoulder. Really pulling down the left shoulder, not letting that shoulder come up. Let's find some space on that side. Opposite side. Beautiful, coming right back up. All right, so to transition into the things I want to do today, we're going to start on all fours, whatever. And I want you to find space to get into a low lunge, okay? So we can practice this by going ahead and straightening out that right leg nice and straight. And we're going to bring that right leg in and right back out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. On this inhale, I want you to step all the way through between those fingers. Okay? So we've got hands on both sides right here. I want that back leg nice and flat. So the toes are into the ground, and we're going to come up and hold on to our knee right here. Okay? So the palms of the hands are on the knee. We're going to get into those hips. Now this is the one that you've done before, okay? So I want you to feel the stretch into the hip flexor right on that left side, okay? We've got a nice stretch into that hip flexor. Our weight is sitting into this front heel. Let's take a deep breath here. Exhale. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Finding yourself moving into that a little bit more on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Awesome. Hands come back down, bringing that leg back to tabletop. Awesome. So we've got wrists in line with shoulders right here, back into that tabletop. That belly button is pulled into the lower back, finding the back as flat as we can get it. We're going to raise the left leg, bring it in. Really scooping into the belly, out, and in. Finding your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Really hugging muscle to bone. Inhale. Exhale. On this inhale, bringing that foot in between the hands, okay? Flattening out that back leg. We've got the toe nice and flat on the mat. We're bringing our hands up to the leg. We're going to sit into that, really getting into those hip flexors. So on an emotional level, We carry a lot of our stress and trauma in our hips, in our heart, and we do that in a physical form by having things really tight, okay? So a lot of times if we've had trauma, they can show up physically in our hips. It can get really tight in our hips. It can get really painful if we've been sitting for too long. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Another inhale. Exhale. Last one, shoulders are down. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into all fours. Okay, so let's connect those big toes. Let's open those knees. Push back into child's pose. And I want you to stay here for just a second. I want you to push back into the glutes. Feeling the belly button to the lower back. Coming up on the fingertips. Let's find some movement right here through the hips. Again, juicing those joints. Making sure everything in those hips gets some attention. Coming back down. And again, so I've got my block today. I'm going to show you a modification on here. So if you're having trouble getting that head to the floor, we're reaching. If you're up here, please take your block, put your forehead, and just let it melt right there. And you will be so surprised at how quickly your body progresses by the next week. Okay, so take a deep breath in here and walk it up. Bringing those knees in. Awesome. So we're going to move into our next pose, and it's called the pigeon pose. Okay, I love this pose. Now, it's going to feel intense. It's an intense pose. It's a very emotional pose because it really gets into the deep, deep tissues of the hip. So there's a couple modifications we'll look at. But what I hope that you can do during the pigeon pose is really allow yourself to feel into it. And what I mean by feel is not just a physical sense, but allow yourself to emotionally connect to the discomfort. Like I said, trauma gets hidden in those hips. So let's see if we can allow some of those emotional stumbling blocks that get hidden in our physical bodies. Let's see if we can open some things up to let them out. So we're going to go into pigeon pose. Now what I want you to do, you can be on your knees, you can be on all fours, and I want you to take the right leg, and I want you can have your foot out, and I want you to walk that foot in to where you fold your leg. So stay right there and let me face you forward. Okay, I'm going to face you forward. So I've got this leg here. I'm going to crawl it over, and I'm going to sit. I'm going to sit into that leg. We want to flex this foot. That protects the knee. Okay, so find yourself where you need to be. I'm going to go back side so you can see my back leg. So I'm going to pull that right leg forward. I'm going to walk it over, and I'm going to sit. Now notice my back leg. I'm still holding myself with my hands until I find that position. We want to try to get the back leg as straight as possible. Now, we want to try to find the hips down on the floor. If that's not happening, we grab a block and we sit it up on the block, okay? So we put that block underneath that right side of our glute. We're sitting up, use our fingertips. Now, a pigeon, there's a reason why this is called a pigeon. Okay, pigeons puff out their chest, they push out their belly, and our shoulders are down. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Allowing yourself to sit a little bit further. It is uncomfortable. Deep breath in. Exhale. Now I want you to find yourselves, get your forearms onto the mat. I'm going to scoot down so you can see me a little bit better. I want you to get your forearms onto the mat, okay? So whatever that looks like to you, if it's not possible, that's okay. You get yourself, you just start to pull that neutral spine down, keeping those hands along the side of the leg. Okay, now we're going to kind of move in this right here. Yep, juicing the joints. Take a nice deep breath in. Up and exhale. Inhale. Nice and long, belly, chest out. Hugging muscle to bone on that left side. Exhale. Now go ahead and, if you have a block, take the block out from under, roll onto that right glute. Take the left arm, left leg, bring it around. Awesome. We can keep those knees crossed. We're just going to give a nice little hug here on that left leg. Pull up nice and straight. Hopefully you felt that. Okay? So, we're going to switch legs. So we're just going to find our way into that left side now. So we've got kind of the left hip ready. Get our block ready if we need to put that underneath our left hip and glute on that left side. So we're going to flex that foot. We've got a nice 90-degree right here. We're going to push into that, bringing that right leg back as straight as we can get it. Finding a neutral spine. If we need the block underneath, bring the block underneath, okay? You want to see that your hip is resting on the block or the floor. Okay, squaring the hips as much as possible. We're up on those fingertips, pushing into the belly, into the chest. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And come down on those forearms, flexing that front foot. Allowing yourself to fall. Keeping that right leg straight. Inhale. And exhale. If you're up on the fingertips right here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Remove that block. Rock onto that left side. Bring the right leg around. Cross those legs. Hug the right leg. Nice long spine. Deep inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Okay, so we have hit the hips, okay? We keep emotional trauma in our hips and obviously our heart, other places, but I wanted to focus on the heart and hips today. So, 2 wonderful poses / stretches to go to for these types of emotional trauma are the melted heart and our open heart, which I love. And a lot of you that I've worked with already know how much I love the open heart on the block. So let's do it. Okay, so we're going to do melted heart first. So melted heart is very similar to child's pose, other than the fact is we keep our body up and we're reaching forward with those arms. So to demonstrate, we can do the toes together, the legs, the knees apart, or we can do toes tucked under with more of a 90 on the legs. Okay, you choose whatever feels most comfortable for you. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to grab that block and I want you to let the block be as forward as possible for you to reach as far as you can. And I want you to sit back so we're not sitting flat like in a child's pose, we're up. We've got our booty higher to the air and we're gonna just melt into. So we're gripping that block. Oh, we really want to feel it into the chest, into the pec muscles, up near the armpits. We're going to breathe in here. Exhale. Bring that belly button to the lower back. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Come up nice and slow, walking the hands to the center. So hopefully you felt that difference. A lot of it really focuses on right here. Opening this up. We want to open our chest up. We want to open our heart up to light and to truth. So the next one, the last one we're going to do today, we're going to use that block again. Okay? And we're going to just sit back. And what I want is I want that block, the lower part of the block is going to hit the mid-back right here. Okay? And I want you to be able to lay over the block. I actually need to come down a little bit. Because I want your head to fall over the back part of the block. So your neck gets support. Okay? Your feet, four corners of the feet, grounded right here. Okay? And I'll show you another option with the feet that includes the hips. But for right now, we're grounding those four corners of the feet. We're opening. You should already feel that the heart opening right here. The chest opening. Again, we've just worked from melted heart, getting right here. And we're opening the entire chest. So let's open those arms. And this takes patience, which is really good for me. Another option we can do with our feet is to connect the bottoms of the feet. We open up into butterfly right here. Opening the hips. Allowing a little bit more flexibility into the hips. Really allowing. You can even bring your arms up if you want a little bit more intense stretch. You lift those arms up. Just bring them this way. Up towards your head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. My voice sounds so weird. And just sit here for a second. When you're ready, bring those knees together, plant those feet. You can roll to the side, off of that block, onto the right side, just in your fetal position right here. Supporting yourself with that left arm and pushing right on up. So, that was our focus today. Kind of some heart openers and some hip openers. Hopefully there's some benefit coming out of this, and again, consistency is the key. I really appreciate everybody that's on here, and I want to encourage you guys to recommend it to anybody else that you know is suffering from trauma, from chronic pain, or just wants to start somewhere. I love you guys, appreciate everything that you do for me. Send lots of light and love at this time. Find hope and do things that you love. Namaste.